Hello, good morning students. Please subscribe the channel, drop a like, share and comment. This is dictation number 75 and 76 of Model Speed Dictations volume number 1 on the speed of 100 words per minute. Start. Madam Deputy Chairman, I thank you very much for the opportunity given to me to touch upon a few aspects of our administration. No doubt, consideration of the appropriation bill is a routine exercise year after year. So far as the Rajya Sabha is concerned, we have only to discuss and return it. But this gives an opportunity, a very valuable opportunity to make some comments on the working of certain departments and also on the priorities that we are observing. Madam, I have gone through the appropriation bill. Of course, there is no choice for anybody here because whatever is passed by the Lok Sabha, whatever is voted by the Lok Sabha is being incorporated in the bill, and that is the purpose of this bill. But here I would like to point out at the very outset that the allocation for agriculture is about rupees 1000 crores, including the allocation for research and development. Such a meager provision is there in the bill for agriculture, which concerns about 70% of the population of the country. It is a well known fact that 70% of the population of our country depends upon agriculture either directly or indirectly. Now, we have to see that we are gloating that we have already achieved the target and that we are a surplus country now. Here also, I think the claim is dubious. What is the total production? It is about 150 million tons of food grains which we are producing. This quantity of production is for a country with the population of 800 million people. I just now took some pains to work out, and this works out to a little less than half a kilogram per person per day, and yet we call it a surplus. Madam, I may bring to the notice of the House through you a fact that a country like the Soviet Russia, which has just 1/3 of our population, is producing twice as much food grains as we are producing, and they find that they are in a deficit and they are importing. It is well known that they are importing food grains. Then how is it that a country with just 1/3 of our population is producing twice as much food grains as we are producing and is finding itself in a deficit, and then it is importing food grains, while a country like ours with a population of 800 million people has a production of 150 million tons of food grains and yet says that it is a surplus country. So this claim is, in my humble opinion, dubious, and some real thinking is necessary in this respect. We are feeling that we are surplus because our people are not able to consume more than half a kilo of food grains per day and they are hungry. Hungry not because their hunger is satisfied but because the pocket is empty. That is how surplus is produced. That is what I say. Madam, coming to the question of center-state fiscal relationship, our demand is that the center-state fiscal relation should be changed lock, stock and barrel. April 25th witnessed a meeting of some chief ministers. They had very detailed discussions and they have come out with concrete proposals in relation to the problems that are to be brought about in the center state fiscal relationship. I hope the proposals made by the chief ministers at their meeting would be seriously considered by the central government. Coming to the distribution between direct and indirect taxes, the policy of the government is very much discerning in this respect also. During the early 50s, the ratio used to be almost 50-50. Even then, the general ratio between direct and indirect taxes after that and even till today is 80% indirect taxes and 20% direct taxes. The term indirect taxes is not correct. It should be pickpocketing instead of indirect taxes. The better term should be pickpocketing by the government. This is the policy being followed by the center. Therefore, how can you claim that you are looking after the interests of the poor people? We demand that the whole approach in this regard, in regard to the ratio between direct and indirect taxes, should be changed. In fact, it should be reversed. It should be 20% indirect taxes and 80% direct taxes. That is our proposal. Madam, I have mentioned about the disastrous path of debt trap which is being followed by our country. I do not want to elaborate or narrate the experience of the Latin American countries. Members know about this, even the government knows about this. But in practice, nothing is being done. The government is going in for more and more foreign aid. I hope the central government will come out with concrete proposals to put an end to the present policy of relying on foreign aid. Madam, various states in the country are faced with very serious and unprecedented drought. We have been demanding that there should be immediate help. The most important thing is that there should be some long-term planning on the part of the government to tackle the drought situation as well as the flood situation. This is what is lacking in our country. If my memory serves me right, only 22% of the water resources in the country is being tapped today. I think my information is correct. There is no scientific planning to have a long-term understanding and perspective to tackle the drought situation. I hope the government will come out with concrete proposals. In this connection, I would like to reiterate the demand of my home state Kerala. The overall loss of Kerala due to drought comes to more than 1,000 crores, and the Kerala government demanded aid of rupees 500 crores from the centre to give relief to the affected people.